Hey Internet, chefprotoss here, and now I do a video series called Meh, which I'm sure, most of you watching this have probably already seen. Now, that's just kind of an inside joke, and I could end up reviewing something that's really bad, or something that's really awesome. Like, the title really doesn't have anything to do with the show I end up doing, hence the joke. Well, what I'm about to show you, more than probably anything I've seen in recent times, really, totally, fully deserves the title of Meh. Let's take a look at what I'm about to show you.
Tonight, an epic battle begins. The nation's most talented gamers were put to the test. 12 came out on top. Now each one is here to prove they're the best.
We could play all day, you'll never beat me.
Okay, how many tournaments have I won?
Walk away.
To win, they'll have to master video games of all types. Rhythm, racing, fighting, sports, shooters. They'll live together and push each other to the breaking point.
Let's go.
They'll battle it out in the real world, where video games will be brought to life.
I'm good.
Their gaming skills will be put to the test in our isolation chamber. And in the end, they'll fight for their lives at Samsung Stadium. Only one can win $100,000 and the ultimate Samsung electronics package. Only one will become the face of the World Cyber Games and represent the WCG at events around the globe, including the 2009 Grand Final in China. Only one will be the WCG Ultimate Gamer.
WCG The Ultimate Gamer, a brand new television show on the Sci-Fi Network that puts gamers against other gamers to figure out who is the ultimate gamer. Now, they have to go through two series of challenges, one where they play the game in the real world, and another where they play the actual video game to figure out who is the ultimate gamer. Now, the premise sounds awesome, but unfortunately, this show doesn't even really have anything to do with the premise. The first problem that you'll notice is the ultimate gamer part. Yeah, that doesn't have anything to do with the show. You'll find out in a couple seconds here why. The first thing the show does is introduce you to all the characters. Yes, characters. Not people, characters. I'm a person, you're a person, these people are characters. You've got creepy vampire boy with blue contacts. I'm sorry, but every time I look at this guy, it freaks me the fuck out. Why are his eyes that color? You've got the Asian guy who wishes he was Sephiroth. Yeah, look at that hair. Nobody but him and Sephiroth have that hairdo. You have the standard, I want to be on television crazy chick. Yeah, I don't think she's here to play video games. I think she's here just to be crazy and be on television. Take a look at this clip right here. She goes from being happy and talking about good stuff to being in tears in a matter of about 1 second.
It's tough seeing him here, and I still have a crush on him.
On top of that, for some reason, Matt Damon entered this competition. Alright, I know, it's not actually Matt Damon, but I'll be goddamn if that doesn't look and sound like a fat Matt Damon. Kinda creeps me out. After we meet those guys, we're off to the first real-world challenge. What they have to do is play Rock Band, but for real. Playing in a real band on stage in front of a real crowd. That actually sounds pretty cool. Unfortunately, they leave some stuff out. Like playing the drums. I don't know about you, but I bought Rock Band so I could play the drums in video game form. Well, they don't have to do that. They have some stock drummer who plays the drums for all of them. So really what it is Guitar Hero. It's a Guitar Hero challenge, not a Rock Band challenge. I don't know why they did this, but for some reason that's what they did. And on top of that, none of these people can sing. None of them. Listen to this.
The daughters are here, come on! Woo! Best dress, be my guest, I'll take you to the top.
I don't know, it just came to me, and we just had fun, I relaxed, I didn't choke, and it was great.
As much as I wanted to have a real guitar in my hands, I was kind of pretending that I was just playing the game. We all, in our heads, were thinking, we've got this, we're still going to win.
It ain't that bad.
Oh yeah, I bet that guy's gonna win. Ultimate Gamer. Alright. After that debacle, they played the video game challenge. Now this is where you would think it would start to get cool. You know, you've got real gamers playing video games to figure out who's the best. Well, the first problem here is they're not playing Rock Band on Expert. I would think to determine who's the ultimate gamer, you would play the game on its hardest setting. No. They let them play on easy, medium, hard, whatever. All they want them to do is finish the song. That's the other thing. They never fail at a song. You would think that if they can't play it on Expert, they'd fail at a song. No. The producers just want them to finish and make it look good. On top of that, the video game challenge takes place in the same room that the villain from Grandma's Boy lives in. I'm sorry, but that also creeps me out a little bit. So after all that, they determine who was the worst gamer of the bunch from the two challenges, the real world and the video game challenge. Surprisingly enough, it's Vampire Boy. The group gets together, and the winner ends up picking who he wants to battle Vampire Boy in a Rock Band challenge.
It's JD.
At the end, someone you don't care about, yes, it's Vampire Boy, wins. Everybody goes off, does their own thing, and that douchebag goes home. Big fucking deal. Now, the problem is that they're playing one of the easiest songs in the game, and they're playing it on hard mode. Now, you know as well as I do, that doesn't prove who's the ultimate gamer. That just proves who's the best mediocre gamer out of all the mediocre gamers. So what you're left with here is a television show that's less about video games and more about just your standard reality TV track. That's what this is. This is a reality television show. The setting doesn't matter. This may as well take place on an island, or they may as well be in front of Donald Trump competing for a job. It's the same stuff you've seen time and time again.
And JD needs a big overdrive. He wants to take Robert down here tonight.
So in the end, what you're left with here is a television show about video games that's more a reality television show than it is a show about video games. And that's really where the problem with this is. The target demographic should be gamers. I go to video game chat rooms. I go to video game forums. You know what they're not fucking talking about? They're not talking about reality television shows. They talk about cheeseburgers, they talk about boobs, and they talk about God of War. That's about it. So why they would go after the reality television show market instead of going after actual gamers, meaning having people that can play Rock Band on Expert, and people who maybe don't look like vampires and just dress like a regular fat guy like me. You know what I'm saying? Like why they don't go after that demographic is completely beyond me. I seriously hope this show does not go into a second season. I don't really fucking care who wins, and to tell the truth, nobody really should watch this. That's kind of the point here. Hopefully this show falls into obscurity and just dies, just completely dies. More than anything I've ever reviewed in my entire history of reviewing crap, this fully deserves the title of meh. Thanks everyone, and I'll see you next time on
chefprotoss presents